Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie. We're in my sewing room and we are going to do a super fun craft that is great for gift giving. If you need a last minute gift or a whole bunch of gifts, this is it. It's easy to make, affordable, and just so stinking cute. So cute. So let's just tell you what this is. This is a bag full of cotton balls that are reusable, sustainable, and you would use it in place of the cotton balls you buy. So these would be something you throw in the wash. If you're going to throw it in the wash, these little cotton balls, well, they can get lost. So I also make a little laundry bag to give with my gift. And it is the thing that makes this so cute and special is the laundry bag. Right here. So it's got a little mesh and a little bit of the flannel. This is flannel, cotton flannel from Joann. All my supplies are from Joann. So here's the cotton, and they're in little circles, and they're so fluffy and soft, and every time you wash them they just get fluffier and softer. So awesome. And you could just use them over and over for everything. I would say with limitation, I would not use them on nail polish remover. They'll just stain and it won't come out. But everything else, it washes up great. Makeup remover, I like to use them for like facial scrub. Oh my gosh, whatever you're using cotton for, they're great. And they're just so cute to have in the bathroom. If you know somebody's colors in their bathroom, you could match that. When you're thinking about the fabrics to choose, I like to choose a small print, because when I picked a big print, like this is butterflies, but you really almost can't even tell because the butterflies were bigger than the cotton. So you can't really see. It's cute. I also don't like a lot of white. I like it to be full on color like this one. Because I made these already a couple years ago and I've been using them myself, and I've had feedback from my friends and family who've had them. I got a lot of feedback, great feedback. They just loved them. But almost everybody, I didn't have these little knots. This is a small thing, you guys. Small thing, but it's hindsight, man. I didn't tie these in little knots. They were just loose and cute. Almost everybody lost their ties in the wash, and this bag is useless without them. So tie the little knots. I would say the other thing that I got from hindsight is just how thick to make them. This is one layer both sides of the cotton flannel, and then there's 2 layers of white cotton flannel in the middle, and this is the fluffiest, best. It's great. But you can do however, I'm going to explain that in the directions. So if you're new to my channel and you like this idea, could you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel? That's awesome, and it helps more people see stuff like this. And I'm also here every Friday if you want to come back. I talk about a little bit of life, whatever's going on, a little bit of sewing. I have a glamped up trailer, and come back and we'll chat. Okay, so this is the finished product, and what I'd like to do now is take you through how I made this. And of course, make it your own, do your own thing, but I'm going to show you exactly what I did to get this. Ready? Let's go. So this is the supply list that you'll need to start with. You'll need some decorative flannel. This is a ½ yard. This is more than a ½ yard, but it's for other projects. So this is just plain white flannel and some kind of mesh. I got this at Joann's. You'll need a few straight pins and some scissors. You'll need some pinking shears for the decorative cutting that you're going to do on these, and you'll need a rotary cutter to cut your strips, some kind of ruler for using your rotary cutter, and this is a disappearing ink pen that I got from Joann's, or any kind of marker that won't show on your cotton balls when you're done with them. Some kind of circle. This is my template that I made from one of my weights. So this is a weight set that I got at Joann's that I used to hold my fabric down, but it made just the right size template for my cotton balls. And then this is just to pull my ties through. So let's get started. I like to do my bag first, because you can start getting real excited about making your cotton balls, and then you run out of fabric and you don't have enough to make your bag. So if you make your bag first, you can make as many cotton balls as you want with what's left of the fabric. The first thing I'm going to do is make my ties, and basically you're just going to want to fold them in half, and then you're going to fold each side in, and then you're going to fold it together. And then that's going to be your little tie. So what I like to do is, you've got two ways you could do this. One is iron it in half all the way down, And then when you have your seam, your little crease, then you fold in each side and you iron that again. And then you just sew it together. What I like to use, if you have one, you probably do, many of us do. This is, to me, is super fast and easy. This is a bias tape maker, and if you have one already, I mean, I wouldn't buy one just for this, but if you already have one, you can make this so easy. So you just take the end and you slide it in right here, and then you just kind of use your little poker to get the ends to come out. Sometimes it's easier said than done. I've got a little piece of it right there. And then once you get it out, you kind of just straighten it up, because it's folded one side over and then it's folded the other side over. And keep this end straight, because as it goes wonky, these come out wonky. And then what you do is you've got it right here, and you just take your iron and you iron and you iron and you iron and you iron, and that's what I'm going to do. So this little tab is for you to use to pull, so you don't get too close with your fingers, because your iron down here is going to be really hot. So basically, I have mine on just a cotton steam setting, and I'm just going to pull it and iron. Pull it a little and iron. Pull it a little. Get the drill. There it is. Isn't that nice? So I just think that's easier. And now I'm just going to take it over to my sewing machine, but I'm going to take this and fold it together, and then I'm just going to sew it right down the side with just a regular stitch, and that's going to be my tie. Now I just leave the ends raw. It's kind of cute actually as they fray a little bit. I don't fold this under, it just ends up being bulky. I've had really good success with just the raw edges, and if you've got any strings, you just cut those little strings off. But in the wash, this becomes a little frayed, like almost like a little fringe. So that's my ties. You want 2 of these. Okay, I have my 2 ties and they're done. So I'm going to set those aside, and I'm going to assemble my little bag. And this is just how I do it. I'm basically going to take this and I'm going to turn it to the wrong side up, put the right side to my mesh, and then I'm going to pin it. Okay, so that's going to go like that. So now I'm going to take the other piece of mesh and attach it to the other side. It's invisible. All right, so I'm going to sew it across there, and that's going to become my bottom. Now while I'm over there, as soon as I make this seam, I'm going to open it up and turn it under, and then I'm going to top stitch it right there. I'm not even going to leave the machine, so it'll end up being top stitched on both sides when I finish. So first I'm going to make my seam, then I'm going to turn it and top stitch it. Then I'm going to make my other seam, then I'm going to turn it and top stitch it, and that will be that. Okay, so I've sewn the bottom of my bag, and I have both sides of my bag, and now I'm going to, and I top stitched it, so it's all done. And now I'm going to just fold it in half, and I want to line up these 2 sides so that they are even. Okay. And then I'm going to sew up the sides, but I want to stop right about 1 inch from the top and leave that open, because that's where I'm going to slip in my this is going to be a casing to hold the ties, and so I need to leave 1 inch available for that. Now I made a bunch of these, and every once in a while I wasn't quite precise in whatever I was doing, and these didn't always end up matching. So if at this point you get to this point and you've pinned these together and you go there and they're not even, then just trim it so that they're even. That's all. These happen to come out even. I've had several that didn't. See how easy this is? I'm back with my bag. I've sewn it. I did a little bit of back stitching here just to anchor it. This is going to be encased in these tie casings. So now I want to turn my bag right side out. Kind of just push out my corners a little bit. If you have one of these, that's what that's for. Kind of just straighten your corners out a little bit. And There you go. Cute. So cute. Here's my little bag. So I do not iron any of this mesh. I'm afraid it might melt. So now I want to prepare my casings. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to turn under my ends like this, and I'm going to sew right there. And I'm going to do a 1/2 inch or less right on each end. And I'll do that real quick and come right back. Okay, so I've sewn the sides in, okay? And before I sewed them, I ironed them so that it would just be easy. And now I've ironed it in this way as well. So I have a 1/2 inch on the ends sewn, and then I have a 1/2 inch on the long part. These are just folded and ironed. Okay, so now I want to attach them to my bag. So I've got my folded over, basically folded over seam, and I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to sandwich it in right there, and we'll pin it. Okay, now I'm going to do the other side right here with this folded in to allow for that seam. Don't catch this upper one, because that's a whole nother thing. It's going to go to that one. So folding this, and then I'm going to pin it right there. Okay, now that's going to work. So let's pin it right in the center. So now I have this side, it's sandwiched in there, okay? And I'm going to do this side, but I think I'm going to zoom in and try to show you a little bit more up close, because this mesh is practically invisible. Is this any easier to see? It's still invisible. Okay, so I have my other side here, and I'm going to put it on the bottom just because it's easier for me to manipulate. So now, if you can see this, that's opened up and that's folded in, and it's going to go right here on this, and it's going to get enveloped in right here. And before I pin it, I'm going to double check and see if they match. Okay, and they do. So let's pin it. And if they didn't match, just move it. Okay, let's do the other side now. Take this little folded over, put it right there, sandwich it in, fold this over, put it over, and pin it. Oh, missed a layer. Let's check it. Yep, that's going to be good. Let's pin it. Alright, so now let's just pin it in the middle. So now I'm just going to sew those straight across. That's it. We've made our casing, and our opening is pretty close. You could be closer or you could not, but I do have that extra little stitching right there, and this is not necessary that this is so perfect in my opinion, because it's going to be scrunched up when I put my ties in. So let's put our ties in. I've got my handy dandy safety pin. I'm going to pin it to the end of one of these ties, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to start right here. It's going to go in this one, and then I'm going to take it and put it through that one and have them both out this way. Then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to start it on this side and go this way. So when you pull them, they pull together. Okay? When you get to the end and you have your ties, even them up and tie them together. You don't want to lose them. Just make a little knot. Okay, so half done. How cute is that? Now watch this. Ta-da! Let's fill this up with some cotton balls. Okay, I want to tell you about this. I've got about enough to make 10 here, but you can make 20, you can make 40, you can make as many as you want. I've made so many of these in different ways that I'm just going to tell you some opinions right now, and that is on how thick to make them. Now, you're going to want to have wrong sides together so that the right sides are out. You're not doing any turning, so this is wrong sides together. Okay, now this is some plain, and you want to put this in between to sandwich it in there to make it even fluffier. So here's some opinions. The best is 2 layers of this. It's so fluffy. So let's sandwich it in there. So that's what it looks like. See? And I'm going to straighten it up because you're going to draw these circles. If you find that when you're using your pinking shears that this just starts to really hurt your hands, because that thickness is hard to cut and it can be painful after 8, 10, 20 of these cotton balls. You can make this way easier on yourself by just doing 1 layer of the cotton. Get that out of there. And sandwiching it. Now, if that still hurts, then just take this layer out completely. And don't even put a layer in the middle. And there, that's fine. They'll still be adorable, and I have bunches just like this that I use myself, and they're great, but I do like the fluffier ones more. So I'm going to make mine fluffy, but I just want to help your hands because it can get painful. Okay, that's 1 strip. Now let's do the other strip. I went ahead and made my circle based on this circle. You could use a pill bottle, you could use, any kind of little jar, lid, or whatever. This is just ends up being a really good size. Now, so I traced it on a piece of paper, and you could just do this and then just trace it, and that's fine. And it's the same either way. I'll just go ahead and do it. So there's one, and then you can just move it down and make another. But I found sometimes I made them too close together, so having that little piece of paper kind of makes me feel like, oh, I need to give it a little space, because this is the sew line and the cut line is out here. So see how close those are? So that's why I did my little template, kind of give myself a little space. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 is going to be perfect. So I'm going to just use that. This pen says it will erase when it's dry. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I will say this. On some of my original ones, I used a real pen, so it actually never erased, and they're still just cute as can be. So I don't think you need to worry about it. If it shows, it shows. But it's not, because you're going to sew it. Now I'm going to pin each one so all the layers stay together. So this will be 10, and rather than sit there and try to go around and around with this big long piece, I'm just going to cut them into smaller pieces. Do not cut your circle until after you've sewn it. This is going to be a zigzag stitch all the way around. Do not cut it until you have sewn it. That's just impossible. Trust me. Okay, let's go zigzag sew these. I'm just going to follow this line all the way around. I can't take my camera over to my sewing machine, so basically I'll just put it in there and I'll just turn it as we go. Very, very easy. You just turn, 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 turn with your zigzag stitch. Now you can experiment with different zigzag settings. I just have mine set on the normal, whatever my machine normal is. Okay, so all of these are zigzagged, and this is the side with my little blue pen that's supposed to disappear. And these are double thick, so these are puffy. They have 2 layers. Oh, they're going to be so soft and just beautiful. How cute are these? I like to cut on the side without the line because I don't want to cut any of my stitches. And if you're looking at this line, you might get too close. So this is the pinking shears right here. They have the cute little decorative cut, and it just goes really well with this zigzag. So you want to just kind of go all the way around and cut away. One down, 9 to go. See how easy that is? Aren't they cute? They're just so cute. I'll cut the rest of these. You don't have to watch me cut. Okay, they're all cut. Aren't they just so cute? So let's put them in the bag. Kind of want to just spread them out a little bit. Pan them out so it looks like more. This is only 10. Isn't this cute? We're going to zip it up. So now they won't get lost in the washing machine, and it's just so cute. So cute. Not bad. What do you think? Aren't they so cute? And that was really easy. I think anybody can do this. It's a great beginner project. It'd be a fun project to do with kids or a new person who's learning to sew. And I had all the tips in there for you, so I hope that helped you, and I hope you'll come back because I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my channel. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.